here and came off his shoulder. Yeah. And then came in fielding. So he's got away from forward and just followed up. That's a free kick. Initially not given by the referee.
অনেক বড় হবে 2 মিনিট টাইম হয়ে যাক পুরো ये कौन देख रहा तू देख रहा कौन देख रहा फिर कौन ना
Fans have more friends. We have a loyalty scheme. Oh, those two words don't sound great together. How do I join this loyalty scheme? Just give us your personal details. What? Download the app. Save your receipt. Search for discounted products. Check voucher expiry date. And don't forget to scan your card. Okay. Or you could just lower your prices. On expensive items in target area. Aldi don't do loyalty schemes. Just low prices every day. It's not complicated. Strangers at kids. Just getting some instructions from the manager. A little bit different. With Madonna and others, the players will get out of the direct sunlight for a bit, but the World Cup final is yet to really come to life. At the break, it's Spain 0, Argentina 0. Fans have more friends. Long, get ready for this. On the line, just box office. Just worked away. What an absolute cracker. Chicken McNuggets from McDonald's. Some Korean barbecue sauce. For the chicken shelving? Yeah. Okay. Chicken McNuggets from, he's off again. Come on. I should think they didn't expect me. Chicken McNuggets. Chicken McNuggets. Stop. Look, just leave it there. Chicken McNuggets from McDonald's. You're unbelievable.
Enjoy 2 years of free 5G home broadband for only €25 a month. Just plug it in and you're good to go.
Welcome to the island of Eden. If you want to make the most of this fish, well, that can be difficult. But thanks to Guinness Beetle, if you want to make the most of your evening, that's always easy. Meet Sean. He's had a long day and now the headache's kicked in. Luckily, Panadol Extra tablets are made for people like Sean and for others who want strong pain relief that's more than just paracetamol. Panadol Extra tablets are boosted by caffeine to provide powerful pain relief. That's one for Panadol. Harvey Norman, your home of the big screen. Bring the game into your living room with our range of LG OLED TVs. Like this 55-inch with Dolby Vision for uncompromised picture quality and with Dolby Atmos for intense surround sound and a stadium-like atmosphere for $1,099. Or go even bigger with this 65-inch delivering perfect flash, exceptional contrast and vibrant color thanks to OLED technology for $1,599. And with our best price guarantee, why shop anywhere else? Harvey Norman, your home of the big screen. Strangers at kickoff. Friends fight for time. Fans have more friends. Lionel Messi is the oldest outfield player ever to feature in a World Cup final, and watched our youthful panel age before my very eyes during that first half. 0-0. York, New Jersey at the moment, and Richie, we have to be honest, that was a hard one.
Yeah, hasn't taken off yet. When you asked the top of the program and the best team in the final, if you haven't seen any of the tournaments, if you were looking in and you gone, Argentina is one of the best teams in the world to be baffled. We brought very, very little to this half. Spain have done what Spain have done before, completely dominated matches, but lacking a cutting trust up front, but Argentina seems to like they give the kind of performance that we a little bit from them before in the tournament, but you'll be relying on a strong comeback towards the end.
Did this is the case?
मान तो बच्चे देख रहे हैं 200 तक पहुंच रही है 200 तक पहुंच रही है लाइव स्ट्रीम अभी भी 50 बंदे देख रहे हैं बंद करने के बाद भी देख
The longer the game goes, I think the more they will pass it. And in fairness to Argentina, whenever they
लिमिट आ रही है 200 से ऊपर भी
Spain got away with one or two flicks or maybe little deflections, they could have been really bothered. They had the game Spain, they took them to be more finishing because they've got so much possession. And at times they pass the ball for the sake of it without really any purpose of going forward. It's got to change that.
We're probably lulled into a false sense of security in the very early stages of the first half, Kevin, because Spain had a couple of half chances.
Yeah, we were on the edge of our seats early. It'll be a really exciting first half. Yamal getting in there, linking up with all. I think he should do better with the finish. Martinez did very well to get a leg out to David again. Rodri driving forward, setting up Yamal. He probably should shoot low and hard. I think he's going for the cutback or the cross. Doesn't get quite a good connection on it. This one, Orazabal, probably the best chance because he's such a good finisher. He's in such a good score and form this season. I think he'll be disappointed after the Cinderella right near the end of the half. From that angle, it looks closer than it actually was. I think Martinez pulled his hands away and had it well covered. So listen, early start we thought Spain have Argentina rattled here, and then after that it went back to what we used to see from Argentina, frustrating teams for the half.
Yeah. Shay, your view on that first half?
I don't know, I thought we were going to go straight to the half-time entertainment and get us guys out on the sofa. It was a poor half, there's no doubt about that. I think Argentina had no shots on target, no entries into even the opposition box. So, but again, Didi mentions that way we've seen Argentina in the past. It feels like they're trying to tell the opposition to stay in the game, and then we like to think in the second half that they'll step it up a gear because they have to. If it keeps continuing the way it is, you know, you see Spain obviously winning the game, but for a World Cup final, we're all buzzing all day, excited for the final, and then that first half is really disappointing, you know.
Certainly has. Okay, we have more analysis to come, but right now it's time for that much talked about and eagerly anticipated halftime sing-song. Fans have more friends. And this is the semi-final. And nothing is. The referee just puts down now, and they will be champions. Our 5-gig broadband isn't just smooth. It's fast. Get Ireland's fastest broadband, powered by Virgin Media. It's excellent.
in Ireland, we know a thing or two about doing good the right way. Besides Betsy.
That in an hour.
Honestly, I said luck.
Okay, I'm happy to speak.
I But there's an easier way to do good. Donate your cans and bottles in the orange bin, and your deposits help support local causes. Return it right.
Late lunch. Definitely. The best tasting 0-0 beer in the world. Probably. Well, this is a bigger.
This is a disaster!
And little no drama glamour. Damage but 123 home and car insurance. Drama over. 123 darling. Taking the drama out of insurance for 24 years.
What's going on with you, Spider-Man?
3 days mutating could be enormously dangerous.
I didn't know you could get that big.
God, that's cool. Spider-Man, brand new day.
You okay, kid? Yeah, you're okay.
Strangers at kickoff. Friends fight full time. Fans have more friends.
On the Saturday game next weekend, live camogie semi-final featuring Galway against Kilkenny. Corporate tip coverage starts at 3:30. Next Sunday it's Kerry against Mayo, the All-Ireland football final. Now build up on RT2 and the players starting at 1:15. Later that day at 6 o'clock on RT2 is the National Athletics Championships live from Stanford. And there are the half-time stats. And they're not really telling us a whole lot. Argentina's XG, I think that's the lowest we've seen in the entire tournament, is it?
But after seeing that half-time show, maybe the first half wasn't that bad after all. Now, well, it's backed up of what we saw. A lot of zero, a lot of stilches on the right-hand side. They didn't produce, they didn't create anything. As I said, a couple of times, keeper come out, Simon, I think he's too far off his line, where they got a bit fortunate, Spain, but yeah, Spain in control, but for the possession they had, they did create it.
Richie, I know you're itching to have on the entertainment at half time.
I'm really not.
Was it worthwhile? I mean, in terms of it raising an awful lot of money for charity, that has to be worthwhile, doesn't it?
I hate that that's been put forward as a talking point. And it's,
Well, that's what FIFA has.
yes, and it's a very blatant attempt to distract people from talking about the reasons you wouldn't have that show at this point, at that venue, when the world is watching, to say, oh well, kids will make money. What did you tell me the figure was in rough profit?
Between 9 and 11 billion.
Right, dip into your pocket, give kids.
Pahi subscribe.
That's how you've got your money. To just like this is a not. This is a not. It really is.
Justin Bieber.
The choice of song. What's he doing? I shouldn't sit this.
The mad thing about it was, you know, football or life, you know, it's a 50-minute break at half-time. That should never change, no matter what, who's benefiting.
What will it mean for the players, Shane?
Well, it's their game. We talked about Messi beforehand. Now, they have to go through another warm-up, for example. The pitch has to get cleared. We've seen the pitch in the first half. It was dead sticky. Normally, half-time, you water the pitch and you go out second half, and the ball starts zipping around the pitch. I don't know if that's going to happen now at the start of the second half. These players have been standing around probably for the last 50 minutes, and they're not done this. When you're a kid all the way through your whole career, this has never happened before, and I think it's wrong. It's one of the laws of the game that it's a 15-minute break. And again, it's going back to FIFA. They're making up the rules as they go along. It's totally wrong.
That's the thing. Like when there's incidents sometimes in the game, we sometimes refer to the laws just to make sure we can line up our opinions. people, put your hand in your pocket, go see him in concert. Get him off this day.
There's the football arena, the football was the biggest show on earth, and we're watching action half time.
It didn't get to, it didn't seem like they got the fans off their seats. I'm not sure whether they enjoyed it. Obviously, it was part of it. We saw a few of these acts.
The build up from Spain, Argentina involved a few.
To do that in the final on a yellow card, like if Argentina lose, there's a good chance they can lose with 10 men now. That's just, he's caught this whole nation there.
In 2010, remember that wasn't a great game as well, and it was quite ugly at times with Johannesburg. But Argentina played a bit of football in the last few minutes, but they've come up short. But Yamal, at 19 years of age, is a World Cup winner.
And Kubasi at 19 as well. You've got to get them a lot, Freddie. Look, listen, when you think that throughout the competition, they've only conceded 1 goal. Yeah, now that's where they've won it. You know, they're not only talking about how good they are in possession of the ball, but they've defended well. A great goalkeeper. They're right through the team. From the start of the competition, even though the drew with Cape Verde 0-0, they showed the quality defensively throughout the campaign. And then up front, Ferran Torres came up with all important goals to win his nation the World Cup.
For the second time, fantastic moment for Spain, for Yamal, for Nico Williams. The other side of the coin, of course, there has to be a loser, and today that loser is Argentina. He's some record with this team.
He's unbelievable what he's done with this team. When you think back on winning the Euros, that's nice to see the two managers come together, because they know what they've put in over the course of the years they've been in charge of their respective nations. Then to win the Euros in 2024 and then come and win the World Cup in 2026, all credit to them. They've been the best team, regardless what the Argentina players are trying to do afterwards. We should be part of football. You should be looking at the deserved winners, and that's certainly Spain. And Ferran Torres took a bit of stick for his game against Cape Verde, and he's a bit part player coming on as a substitute, but that's a moment that will live with him forever and ever.
And you imagine what it's like on the streets of Madrid, of Barcelona, Seville, all over Spain. They're champions of the world for the very second time, a very special time for them. Wonderful moments for that young team. They struggled at the start, but they've grown, they've improved. Marino was fantastic for them. Argentina, well, they had their world title for 4 years, but Spain have taken it from them.
Yeah, you just wonder with Argentina, when all the big games they've had recently, you know, coming back against Cape Verde, then Egypt, then the games against Switzerland and England, just didn't take the effect on them mentally and physically for this final.
Yeah, well, there you go. Rodri showing a little bit of emotion now. He'll be getting his hands on the World Cup very shortly. But Spain and Javier Bardem, he looks like he can go out and play. They're champions of the world.
Right, winning the World Cup for Spain. They do so for the second time in their history. Disappointment for Lionel Messi and Argentina, but it has to be said that Spain deserving of the victory in the end. They created more chances. Argentina, from the stats we have in hand, not a single attempt on target. So, victory for Spain, and Shay, over the 90 minutes of normal time and the additional time, very much deserving, and these were unsightly scenes at the end of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, you hate to see that. I mean, we all talk about Argentina being street fighters and street-wise, but I think no one likes to see this after the game. You know, Spain have deservedly won the World Cup. As you mentioned, no shots on target from Argentina.
and Spain knocked on the door. It's a brilliant finish by the way. Torres, you know, the knockdown from Williams, fantastic finish, because there's a few bodies in the goalkeepers have to hit the ball high into the net. It's a brilliant finish. I mean, they deserved it, they really did. They controlled most of the game. I thought Argentina were extremely poor, they really were, really disappointing. In fact, you know, we've seen how good they were against England, especially in the second half, but it seemed like no change of gear at all came from Argentina tonight. They were dead on their feet for whatever reason. I spoke highly of this guy, and I don't feel any different about him after the game. I just think he's a great player, but didn't really get a chance to get into the game at all. And you mentioned Enzo Fernandez. It's a moment of real madness. It is, you know, when your team's up against it. Hard enough playing Spain with 11 players. They go down to 10 men in such a crucial moment as well. I think he's cost the nation, you know, a chance of winning it, but albeit I think the team that won it deserves it.
Yeah, Richie, in our pre-match conversations, it was fairly firmly established that the two teams that were in the final deserved to get there. It was just a pity on the day that they didn't produce a better spectacle.
Oh, spectacle, it was awful. Like, I'm sad the tournament's over, kind of relieved this game is finished. No question about who deserved to win. I was new to begin with. I'm pleased Spain won. Argentina played with no ambition, no belief in themselves as footballers, no attempt to break down Spain to score. We talked about the obvious quality and genius and brilliance that Messi brings to the team. They had no answers at all about how to support him to show that side of him today. It was kind of a one-sided a game, a final as I've seen in a long, long time. In saying that, Spain would infuriate you. Like, there's so many times we've seen this. Go back to the first game that they played against Cape Verde. They loaded the ball and couldn't score. Passed it, looked great, composed and controlled, and can't score. And that very same kind of frailty or flaw nearly undid them today. But I am really, really pleased they won. They are by far the better footballing team. They were the only footballing team in that football match.
Okay, well, we'll have further reaction and analysis to come. So it's time now for a quick break. There's more to come on the other side, including the trophy presentation, so we'll see you after the break.
Fans have more friends.
More teams than ever before.
Now boarding the train of thought.
More opinions, more noise. It's time to bet with your head. With early payout and standard, Subswap, keep your bet alive when your player goes off, and price boosts right throughout the tournament. Back yourself this summer. Spoil Sports.
As the Irish Independent, we don't just report the news. We tell the stories written all over Ireland. After all, struggle, triumph, high, and low, into March at last. We live and breathe the stories written all over Ireland. Irish Independent.
It's happening again.
It's time we let it pour. This is last final call for Mexico City.
Messi wins. You don't have to love it, but you do have to pay it. It's the law. Get yours now at tvlicense.ie or any post office.
The new hot Honey McCrispy from McDonald's with melted cheese, bacon. We're all over the place here.
The sauce. Strangers at kickoff. Friends by full time. Fans have more friends.
So it's a celebration for Spain as they become world champions. Argentina's disruptive approach worked against England, but I'm afraid didn't produce the goods for them against the Spanish. And as you can see, joy was fine for those Spanish supporters as they win the World Cup for the second time in their history. And that, well, don't tell us anything that we didn't know from witnessing that match over the last 120 minutes plus. Spain certainly took the advantage in the most significant areas, attempts on goal, and most importantly, the goal. Diddy, I was just thinking prior to that break that, Argentina had a coach in Scaloni who led them to the World Cup the last time, but he seemed devoid of ideas in the final in terms of trying to break down that Spanish side.
I think the team was just not capable of competing today. We said it before, they are 4 or 5 years older than Spain. In some tough games, had to go extra time twice in the knockout stages, and you said before, does it make a big difference? I think the game makes a huge difference, because it's another 5 or 6 days, the travel included, obviously the mental side of it as well, and I think it just found them out. And obviously again against England, the last half hour they had to invest an awful lot to get back in the game and get these 2 late goals. And the same against Egypt, we were 2-0 down with 11 minutes to go. So they've been out of the tournament twice already, so I think they did ever so well to get to the final. And Messi, I think, didn't have an awful lot left. I think he was out on his feet after the last 2 games, and it was probably as one-sided a game as we've seen. And credit to Spain, because the 2 most one-sided games in the knockout stages was probably the semi-final against France and the final today. And they were running out of time, because we said it before extra time. They've got half an hour, because I probably would have made Argentina favourites if we were to go to penalties. So they had half an hour to get a goal. They did threaten, got a good goal, and I think it was absolutely deserved, because Argentina didn't show anything whatsoever going forward. But I think they were out on their feet. I just think, and as a manager, he saw the game, what happened in the first 20 minutes. He probably knew the best chance we got to win this game is going to penalties. Obviously, you had another 100 minutes to go to not concede. Didn't do it and deserve it a lot.
It's not the first time they've looked limited. I did the Egypt game, and with 5 minutes to go, this is a deserved win. The 2-0 down, should be 3-0 down with a dubious decision. And you're talking about managerial changes. I don't recall managerial changes being the reason that they had strong finishes in the games, or good second halves, or got back. It was messy. It was moments of individual brilliance that had nothing to do with the manager or the coach, the tactics. It was create a scenario to let him do what is indescribable to the rest of us, and he does it repeatedly. So